Hello everyone and welcome to this bone mass density yoga practice. Today's class is based on a 2016 research paper. The research happened between 2006 and 2013 and the findings were excellent to show that these 12 yoga postures help to prevent bone mass density loss and repair bone mass density loss. We are going to be holding these postures for 30 seconds today, but you can hold these 12 postures for up to 1 minute with great results. Make sure that you take any variation at all that suits your body. You can always come back to this practice again and again and see how you feel. I am going to be using 2 blocks, one on either side of my mat, placed this way, and a stretching strap. If you don't have a stretching strap, you can use a towel. I'm also going to link in this video to the PDF of the study if you'd like to read it for yourself. It's actually really fascinating. So let's get started. Grab some water, grab your strap, grab your blocks and your mat this way. All right, let's start seated. Find any comfortable position that you wish today, seated or otherwise, and simply start by noticing your breath. We always start, because we want to see where you are today, we always start with the breath. Starting to expand the breath into the belly. Feel the belly expand, the heart open and the throat fill. And then let it go. Inhaling again, the belly expands like a balloon. The heart opens, the throat fills until you cannot take in any more air. And then let it go. Just one more of these. Inhale like a wave into the belly, the heart, the throat, and then pause. Exhale with an open mouth. And then let's come into our 2-part Ujjayi breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose and softening the glottis. It's that swallow mechanism at the back of your throat that you want to be feeling that vibration in. Like you're trying to fog up a window or a mirror with your mouth closed. And we'll set our sankalpa for today to stay. I will stay. We're going to be holding these positions for 30 seconds, so feel as if you can stay in them. Or maybe even I am building. Whatever it is. Bring your hands to your shins and we'll start to exhale into seated cat and inhaling into seated cow. We're going to put your spine through the 6 ranges of motion, the 6 movements of the spine. Moving with your breath, not with mine. And then let's sit up nice and tall, inhaling, bringing those hands to the shoulders and just start to rotate out, feeling the movement in the shoulder girdle. One more time. And then let's rotate back to front. So we're just getting your body ready. It's going to be a fairly quick warm-up today. And then bringing the hands to the front of the body. Open up and then twist. Lengthening up through the spine, decompressing the vertebrae. Open up again to the front again. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, twisting the other way. Beautiful job. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, twisting again. Inhaling, opening up, feel the heart expanding. Exhaling. And coming back in through center, noticing how you feel now. Let's bring our hands down to our sides, inhaling that left arm up. Exhale, leaning into it. Inhaling, coming back up, and then exhaling the other way. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, leaning. And slowing this down if you wish to, always remembering that we let go of competition, expectation, negative judgment, and just feel how the poses feel as you connect your movement to your breath. Last time. Beautiful. Coming on to all fours very, very briefly. Let's just sit back into child's pose and see how our shoulders feel today. Let's lift our right arm up to the ceiling and then exhaling, diving it under for a half knot. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, diving under. Let's hold this one there, reaching the right ear toward the floor and reaching the bum back toward the heels, but neither one has to touch. And then coming back, lifting that left arm up to the ceiling this time, we'll dive under again. Lifting up again one more time, opening up the chest and diving under, seeing how that twist feels in the body today. And then simply reaching the hands forward, feeling that big stretch, lowering the forehead toward the mat. I am building strength and resiliency. Coming onto all fours, let's just turn our toes under, feeling that beautiful stretch. And we will simply push back into downward facing dog and pedal that out. Pushing into the pads of the fingers now. Seeing how all of this feels. In today's postures, we're going to want to really make sure that we are pushing down into the floor, building resiliency and traction through the hips and the feet. Pushing up, let's simply walk forward and then just allow the body to dangle for a moment. Maybe hands toward the floor, bending and straightening the knees a few times. Oh, feels so good, isn't it? And then allowing the head to dangle again, inhaling halfway rise, monkey pose, checking in, feeling the hips getting wide, exhaling, releasing. Inhaling halfway rise, exhaling, releasing. Let's do this just one more time. This time, push down through the floor, drop the pelvis back, reach the hands out into chair pose. Inhale, hold. We'll circle sweep all the way up, coming into the center. Okay, taking those feet nice and wide. We're going to be flowing through moonflowers as our transition pose. So there's not going to be any vinyasas here. There's not going to be any chaturangas or anything like that. Today's class is about your bone mass density. We're going to come into our first pose. We're going to do a sequence on your right, come through the center, and then do the sequence on your left. So I have blocks on either side of me. You might want to get that set up. And let's flow into our first pose. We will externally rotate that right toe, internally rotate that left toe, coming into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana Dvi. Bending our right knee, reaching energy out, holding this pose now for 30 seconds. Now the trick here is we need to establish the base of support. Push down into the toes, spread the toes out. Feel like you're trying to rip your mat apart with your feet, but your inner thighs are lifting up. We only have 15 more seconds. Challenging yourself. And now let's move into our second pose, straightening that right leg. Now reaching out, feel the obliques kicking in. We're going to move into triangle now. Draw the belly in and let's tip down. I'm going to use a block today, reaching my left hand down. Now that left hand can be here in the back pocket or reaching up. Holding this now for 30 seconds. Again, feel the hips solid, squeeze the glutes slightly, and feel the feet pushing down into the earth. The traction is super important in all of these poses today. Breathing normally. We're almost there. One more breath. And now from here, let's simply bend that knee. Either taking that hand above the knee, like this, and the arm over for extended side angle. I'm going to increase my base of support a little bit and keep that hand here. Extended side angle. Draw the belly in. We stay now for 30 seconds. Remember, this hand can be anywhere, but we are wanting to put stress in the bones. So challenge yourself. Feel into the pose. We're only holding it for 30 seconds. It's not a year. You can do it. Push into the left baby toe. Open up maybe a little bit more through the rib. One more breath. And then let's straighten that leg. Now, come all the way up through Warrior Two briefly. We're going to do reverse triangle. Straightening that right leg again. Tip down. Now, bringing the left hand down. Exhale, twist. The right hand can stay on the thigh if you wish, into the back pocket, or lift up. I'm going to shorten my stance a little bit. Now we hold for 30 seconds. Exhaling the air out of the lungs. Whoo! Muscles are starting to feel this now. Maybe you want to lift that arm up. Remember, we are decompressing the spine. We are not forcing, never forcing. 10 more seconds. And bringing that right hand back down. Let's bend that right knee. Circle sweep out through Warrior Two. Oh, turn to face me. Few nice moonflowers. Spread those hands out. Draw the shoulders back. We're resetting the pelvis now. Beautiful. We're going to flow into the other side. Let's turn this foot straight on and then externally rotate the left. Flowing into Warrior Two. Good. Now imagine again, you're pushing down into the earth. Let's hold this. Whew. Challenge yourself here. Maybe the next time you do this, you go a little deeper. Maybe today the hands are here. Maybe tomorrow they're here. Do what feels good for you today in your body. Remember, we are stressing the joints. We're stressing the bones here, not the joints, the bones. One more breath. Let's straighten that left leg. I'm going to reach down to my block again. If you don't have a block, you can take that left hand here and let's reach up. Head can look up or down. You choose. Triangle holds 30 seconds. Opening up our heart. Again, feel the traction in the feet. Root to rise. Push down. Push into the hips. Squeeze the glutes. This is for your bones. Whew. How are you doing? Are you breathing? One more breath. Bending that left leg. You can hook that elbow in, bringing the arm over in extended side angle, or maybe that hand stays on the block. You choose. What's going to work today? We hold for 30 seconds. Maybe you're here today. Also, you can look down. Let's bend into that left leg. Are you challenging yourself? Squeeze those glutes. Spread the toes wide. You have this. Think about your bones smiling at you right now. One more breath. Let's reach back, flow briefly through Warrior Two, straightening and bending that leg a couple times. And then we'll come into reverse triangle. Straightening the left leg, come down. I'm going to move my block, placing my right hand on the block. You can place it on your thigh. I'm shortening my stance a little bit after extended side angle. Pull up through the hips, lift the pelvic floor. Left hand reaches up or into the back pocket. Exhale the air out. We stay 30 seconds. Imagine energy floating between the vertebrae. We're not compressing. We're not jamming. We're extending and feeling length through the spine. You can lift that arm if you want. Just make sure that you're breathing. Let's bring that hand down. Bend the knees, circle, sweep that right hand. Whew! Heated practice. A few moonflowers. Shaking it out. Maybe you want to dance it out a little bit. Hands into Anjali Mudra. Let's step into the middle. Tree pose now. Lifting up that right foot, opening that foot out. You can take the foot out to the side. Now really concentrating on the foot that's on the floor. Pull up through this side. Use something to balance. Tree pose, we're going to balance 30 seconds. Let's hold. Hands can be here. Hands can be goalpost. You can reach those hands up or even take them overhead. You choose what feels good for you today. Foot can be below the knee like mine or above if it feels good, but we do have a 30-second hold. Last 10 seconds. Make sure you're breathing. And releasing that down. Ooh, other side. You know what to do. Pull up. Squeeze the glutes. Holding now 30 seconds. You choose your level, your layer. Feel the floor beneath the foot. Hug the muscles to the bone. Draw the belly in and breathe. Opening up your heart. Ooh, last breath. Excellent. We're going to come all the way down to the mat now. Okay, coming in now to locust pose. Make sure your strap is nearby. Maybe your blocks are nearby. We're going to come down. And for this locust pose, you don't need to have your hands overhead or anything like that. Hands are down to the side. Thumbs are pointing down. Draw the belly in. Now squeeze the glutes. Roll the shoulders back. We lift up either just the upper body, just the lower body, or both. You choose. Here we go. Staying. 30 whole seconds in locust. Feel the breath in the belly. Now feel the back extending. Squeeze the glutes. Keep the gaze down. The chin is tucked. We're thinking more about lengthening up the back of the neck than the front of the neck. Only 10 more seconds. See if you can squeeze your glutes just a little bit more. One more breath. Whew, let's release. pushing all the way back onto all fours. Whew! Now you can have a block or a bolster for this one. I'm going to show you them both. Setu Bandhasana, shoulder bridge. So this one has a ton of pressure on the hips. So let me show you a couple of options really, really fast. Here we go. So the feet are directly underneath the knees or in line with the knees. Hands are down to the side. And we can hold this nice shoulder bridge for 30 seconds. If you need a little bit of support, tuck a block under there and hold this way. But do keep the glutes squeezed. You can also, without the block, clasp the hands underneath if you wish and draw the shoulders underneath you just like this. So you choose your level, your layer, 30 seconds. Let's hold. So the palms can be flat on the mat. The heart can be opening. You are squeezing the glutes and holding into the feet. So push down into those heels. Lift, squeeze, draw the belly in. Whoo, whoo, whoo. 10 more seconds. We've so got this. Squeeze those glutes. Can you lift a little bit more? One more breath. Oh, draw that all in and grab onto that strap. Supta Padangusthana 1. So you can make a loop with the strap if you wish. And let us put our left foot in the strap and extend that right leg out. Now this has got to be my favorite one out, or second favorite one out of the whole thing. You want to think about pushing the hip away from you, draw the heel in, 30 seconds hold, pull on the strap, apply some pressure. You can also put a block underneath that knee or keep the whole leg bent, but we want the traction in this leg. You shouldn't be shaking, but we want you to be pulling the muscle to the bone and lifting that. Feel the traction. We are stressing the bone a little bit. The next one's really easy, don't worry. We're going to flow directly from this one into the next one. Just take that leg out to the side now. Keep the hips square, 30 seconds we hold. See, these are my favorite too. Keep that hip down. Now the hips are grounded. We're not rolling to the left side. We're keeping all of this in traction. You can be simply holding hand to big toe in these two postures, but the strap makes it easier. Last big breath. Let's bring that leg up. Take the foot out of the strap. And we'll do the other side. So bend that leg, put this one in, extending the left leg. Here we go. Push the right hip to the opposite wall, holding now 30 seconds. So establishing dynamic tension here, guys. So we're not floppy, we are active. This whole thing is about quality of our postures. Quality of our body. And it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. It means that we're putting effort into each pose. Taking another breath or two right here. And then we'll directly go to the side. Holding now out to the side. And again, you can be holding on to the big toe. Keeping that left hip pushing down into the earth. Establishing dynamic tension. You can have support underneath that left knee, but we're keeping everything tight. We are putting pressure on the bone. Last couple breaths here. And then we're going to sit up again. Beautiful. Let's bring that leg up. Whoo. Shake the legs out. Roll over onto your side and push up. Now right here for these next two, you might be wanting to sit on something. Okay, Marichi Asana 2, straight leg twist. So this particular one, I like to do it this way. There are so many different ways to do it, but let's straighten out the right leg and bend the left leg in. There are lots of variations on this. You do what feels good. Let's pull that right knee in, or the left knee in, hug that right arm around, decompress the spine. Think about twisting upwards, rolling that left shoulder back. We hold Marichyasana 2. 30 seconds. So super important here, push down through both sits bones. Lifting up the spine nice and tall. Breathing into this. Making sure that the head is in alignment with the body. One more breath here. Let's release that and do the other side. So bending this one in. Remember, you can take the postures that you want. We're going to do a more advanced twist next. Reaching that left arm around, roll that right shoulder back, and lifting the spine upwards. Gentle pull, we hold now, 30 seconds. Whew. Again, push down through the sits bones. Feel that left leg sunk down into the earth. The traction is what we need in these postures. Super important. Oh, this feels amazing though, doesn't it? You've got this. One more breath. Release. Matsendrasana, bent leg twist. Okay, so let's bend the left leg. Now, I'm going to give lots of options for this one. The left leg can bend, the right leg can be here, and you can twist. Okay? If you want more, close the posture down a little bit. Twist a little bit more. Not everybody likes this. And if you're up here like this with that right bum cheek off, you're twisting too far. Push down through that right bum cheek. This is almost like a cow face pose. So twisting here. And now let's reach over. And this arm has the option to reach back or wrap behind the back. You choose. You choose the level and the layer here. This is something that you can probably work up to. Are you ready to stay here? Push down through the right hip. We stay 30 seconds. And again, float air between the vertebrae, reaching the crown of the head up. Gentle lift to that right knee. Push down through the right sits bone. You can feel it, right? You can feel it working. Last couple breaths here. Let's release that. Now, just because you could do it on one side doesn't mean it's going to happen on the other side. So remember your options to start, or twist the whole posture just a little bit more. Hug, right hand around, left hand reaches behind you. This bum cheek seeks the ground. Get the bum cheek down. So make your adjustments now, but we don't want this up. The hip is not hiking up. The hips are level. Hand wraps, we stay. 30 seconds. We are almost done, you guys. The next pose is the hardest pose. Keep that left hip pushing down. The heart's open. And you're breathing. If you can't breathe freely, maybe you're twisting a little bit too much. And we release. Okay, guys. Here is your level 3 posture. 30 whole seconds. You have no other option for this one. Straight on Shavasana. 30 seconds to 1 minute now. But what's important here in this pose is that you are thinking about tightening up your core, okay? keeping the legs down. You can have a little micro bend in them, but we are stretching the spine back out again. Now run your awareness from your toes up to your head and back down again, and just see how you feel. You are, of course, free to stay here for, heck, another 30 seconds in this pose wouldn't be a bad thing if you wish. But for now, let's bend our legs, move over onto our side, and push up. Have a seat. How do you feel after that bone mass density yoga class? This class you can definitely do once a week. You could do it 3 times a week. You can increase the poses to 1 minute if you wish. But that's it. That's all you need. 30 seconds to a minute. So let's take a deep breath up together. And draw that down to our hearts. And know that you're taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of your bones. The light and the love in me recognizes and honors the same light and love in you. Thank you.